So growing up as a kid, I never really cared about anything other than having fun. I grew up in a Korean household, and my parents tried to instill within me values of education and school, but just didn't really land with me. And the first thing I ever really cared about growing up was skateboarding. Once I found skateboarding, I became obsessed with it. But I ended up hanging out with the wrong crowd of kids, and my mom, she quickly pulled me out of the school that I was going to. She sent me to another school. She threw away my skateboard, and she pretty much told me that if I hung out with those kids again, that she would kick me out of the house. So at that time, I was in middle school, and I was just transitioning into high school. In the beginning of my freshman year of high school, my dad was robbed and he was shot in the head. I didn't know how to understand what was going on. It just developed a lot of anger, and now that I realize it was fear of not knowing how to handle any of this. The fact that my dad ended up surviving this gunshot wound to the head, which the doctor told us was impossible. They said that he was going to die, and that was the beginning of my first encounter that God was real, but I didn't know what to do with that. I was searching. When I went back to school, I met a kid at my school that invited me to his church winter retreat, which I was very reluctant to go to because I was just very turned off to church for whatever reason. Purely by the fact that people were nice to me, I felt safe there. And something about that just drew me to that church. So I just kept going. There was a kid that I met that was also doing what I was doing in private, which was dancing. And I thought I found my next passion, the next thing that I cared about. Even though I found dance and it became my passion and the thing that I could not stop doing, and I ended up doing it professionally, I realized that dance is actually not my story. Dance connects with people of all different walks of life. I think music and movement is a universal language. Dances show me everybody's different, but the things that make us different is what's beautiful too, and I love that. God met me in my very colored background. He met me through all the mess. And to know that Jesus died for all of us, and that the work done on the cross covers all of us, that's the story that I continue to speak, and that's what keeps me going today.